Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Troy Griffin Chronicles podcast. I'm your host, Troy Griffin, and we've got an exciting topic today. We're going to be talking about money and specifically fast cash. So, you definitely want to pay attention to this. Get your notes ready, get everything ready, get a pen and paper, whatever you need to do, because this is some going to be some valuable information for you, especially if you're in need of some cash. So, let's talk about topic number one. The topic is, what are the 5 ways to make money fast if you lose your job? Now, it's a very difficult situation to go through a job loss. The first thing you definitely want to do is make sure that if you are losing your job, there's a couple of things you need to make sure happen before get out there and try and make some money really quick. So, a couple of things that I would highly recommend is that you definitely want to go through whatever the procedural steps are to file for some unemployment. If you don't want to file for unemployment, that's understandable, but it is a benefit out there for people, and it could be beneficial for you while you're still trying to, make a little side hustle income until you can secure your next position. So definitely register with the unemployment office to see if you can get some benefits in, especially if you have a family. There's no reason for you to be stressing out and struggling if there is something else available for you. Now, keep in mind, one of the challenges with the unemployment office is that they are very, very slow. Their process could take 2 to 4 weeks. They say it should be less, but no, it's typically it takes a long time. So in that amount of time, you might be in a financial difficult bind, a very tough bind. I mean, you've got bills that are stacked up. You've got car payments, house payments, or rent payment, whatever your situation is. And you're in a position where you're like, look, I need to make some money and I need to make sure that I can keep feeding my family or whatever the situation is. You need to make sure that you're good. So we are going to basically let's assume a couple of things here. Let's assume that you lost your job, but while you had your job, let's assume you had the following: you had a car and you had a place to lay your head and a house. It could also be an apartment, whatever the case may be. If this is the situation and you lost your job and you've got the car and you've got the house, there are a few other things you can do, again, besides unemployment, that you can do to kind of build yourself back up. In most cases, they say that you should have some kind of emergency fund set aside, right? So the average household family spends somewhere around, I would say, between $5,000 and $6,000 a month in their necessities in terms of how they're able to live. Now, that would include everything from your mortgage, your cars, to food, to going out, all these kind of things. That's average. That would be like maybe a two-parent household with either one or two children. You might be a single person, you can get by on a lot less. Or you might have a family of like 8 and you're going 5,000, yeah, right. It's not even gonna cover half our bills. So, I'm not sure what your situation is or what your scenario is, but what I am certain of is that even if you're in a two-parent household, hopefully, one of them is going to be able to kind of help you if it's a two-income household. But I'm pretty sure that this is probably your situation, especially if you're looking at this video. You're like, look, I'm broke. I don't have the emergency fund set up. I'm not in a position to borrow money at this time. I just need to make some quick money until I can find another position. So, that being the case, let's focus back on 5 ways that you can make money fast. And this is, of course, if you lose your job. So, the first thing you can focus on, and this is, it's like I said, assuming you had a job, and I'm hoping you were able to drive to that job. I know a lot of people work from home, but usually they don't just get rid of their cars. So if you have a vehicle, and your vehicle is at least 15 years or newer, you can get a position working for yourself under Uber driver. So you could be an Uber driver, and there's been a lot of videos out there that talk about Uber drivers. Um, and it's funny because in social media, Uber drivers are considered, a high risk in terms of some of the videos that you might have seen that are on the negative side. But there's equally just as many positive videos with positive responses for people out there that are, going to consider doing Uber. If you've ever taken an Uber yourself, you know that if you get into a nice clean car, the Uber driver is friendly, and that they take you from your wherever you're at to your destination. The music's not too loud, it's calm, it's relaxing. It can be a good experience. And so all of the negativity that you may hear doesn't transfer over on the larger scale. Usually it's a more positive environment. And the reason I say that is because I took some time to figure out what it's like to be an Uber driver. I actually decided to try that out for a couple of months just to see if you could actually make any money at this. And I didn't want to recommend something that you guys would go, hey, you don't even know what you're talking about. This Uber thing, I heard from a buddy of mine that it wasn't as cracked up as it's, but you hear all these things, right? So I said, okay, well, let me try this. And so the nice part about it is the time that it takes to become an Uber driver is very minuscule. So if you're trying to make money that same week because you've got bills that are coming out that week or the next week, you can sign up for Uber and you could most likely get started driving as early as the next day. As long as your registration is in order and everything's set up, in some cases it can be done that same day. And what I would recommend is that if you've ever thought about it, at least sign up for it. Don't do any tries, but sign up so you can get that part out of the way. So all you have to do is back out of your driveway, turn it on, and boom, there you go. You're all of a sudden an Uber driver. But it doesn't have a long process. The only thing they need to verify is that you're a legitimate driver, that you don't have any criminal record. And that might take, a couple hours or anything because you're going to put your license information and all that stuff there. But yes, I just wanted to let you know that is a fast way to make decent money. And so I'm going to share with you on the screen. I told you I tried it out for a few months. So take a look at this here. This was like a couple of weeks that I did Uber. Some was in September and then in October as well. And if you can see some of these numbers here, the first week that I tried it out, I made about 513. Second week, I was really busy. I was still working full time, by the way. I'm a real estate agent full time. So on this week here, I had a few closings. I had a lot of other things going on, so I wasn't able to devote as much time. But the following week, picked back up. I was back up to 511. Then I was at 617 and 470, and then 700. It was going smoothly. I probably, if I could have put it full time, I probably would have been somewhere in the $1,000 a week, if I really, really pushed on it. But realistically speaking, you're not going to get that much if you are still like going out on interviews and doing other things to try and get your regular job back. Now, if you're trying to make that a full time gig, yeah, there's ways you can do that, and you can be making, in some cases, more than you were making before you even tried this. So it is possible, it is out there. It's a grind. So let me share with you that part. You got to be prepared to make a couple of trips to the airport. There, you get better money there, better tips. You got to be prepared to do some going from this side of town to that side of town, keeping your car clean, getting gas. So I would say on average, I probably spent somewhere around um, 15 to 20 bucks a day on gas. So it can definitely take a little bit away from what you see there. Those numbers don't reflect subtracting gas. So it's not always, you're not making a huge amount, but you're definitely making a profit. And in your first week, as you can see here, my first week was 500 bucks. And that was, again, I was still just getting the hang of it, just trying to learn how to do it. But it definitely comes in handy. I was able to take that and put that into a couple investments and just roll that money in. And so that's the nice part. Even though I was trying it out, testing it out, there was a place for that money to go. And, that money is probably making me more money now, as it isn't being invested as opposed to just blowing it. So, yeah, there's a benefit to Uber, and I would highly recommend if you need some fast cash, that's a good way to go. Now, there are other companies out there as well. The next one I would say number 2 is Lyft. Lyft, obviously not as popular as Uber everywhere, but Lyft is very popular. And so you can actually, if you want, you can do it at the same time that you have your Uber. You could just flip from one to the other. That's if you're hustling and you're trying to do this on, make as much money as possible. You can, because there might be a little bit of time in between when you you drop someone off and you have a little time, and maybe Uber's not sending you some rides right away. You can jump onto your Lyft app and then you can start making some money there. So just to touch base, I did do it and I was able to make some money during the same time I made that money over at Uber. So one of those numbers, I think I was at, can't remember exactly what it was, but I was around 500 something, and then I added another 234 from Lyft. So that would have put me somewhere around 750, close to $800 for that week. And so, yeah, if I had stuck with it with both apps running them, I wasn't in a situation where I really needed the money. So I just tried it out to see what it would be like to do two at once. And yeah, you can definitely make some money, and it can definitely turn out to be pretty decent, extra income, or at least enough to hold you over if you need. So yeah, I would recommend that as being an option for you. Let's look at so we've covered Uber, we covered Lyft. I've got one more for you. So this one is called OfferUp. So we've got OfferUp. If you haven't heard of it, OfferUp is very similar to like eBay. The difference is that most of the things on OfferUp, again, this is where you're going to be able to sell products, and it sells pretty fast. OfferUp is pretty good because most of the people that are jumping onto the OfferUp app to look for stuff are looking for stuff that's in their local area because they're willing to go pick it up. They're trying to save on shipping costs, and it's kind of like a community feel. You can kind of look at people's history to see if they've bought and sold other things, and it feels a little bit more safe, a little more secure. Feels that way. I'm not saying it is. I'm just saying it kind of feels that way. Um, the thing about that, though, is that again, you would have to have something to sell. So if you're in a bind and you need cash fast, you need to start looking around your house at some things that you could replace. Now, if it's something that you absolutely love, you don't want to put a sticker price on it, don't sell it. But there might be some things. There might be, maybe there's a bike in your garage that hey, you haven't used in like 3 years. Put it on OfferUp. When you get your job going, you can go find the latest one. Maybe you've got some old video games that you want to put them on OfferUp. Um, there's lots of things that you could put on there that you don't necessarily use every day, or you haven't used, or maybe you shouldn't be using it. If you're out there looking for a job, do you really need to be playing a lot of video games? You probably just that's one way to make yourself a little bit less of lazy if you sold it. So that's something to think about. I would also suggest that with OfferUp, and then let me show you. I did test it out, of course, just to make sure everything was good. And their platform is very simple. All you're going to do is take a picture of the product, write a general description, come up with a price, and you're going to do the same research that you would do on eBay. You're going to look to see what other people are selling similar products for, and then try to price yours slightly less. The nice part about that is that they will, for the most part, people will start, like they'll be coming in and they'll be offering a little bit more That's not, some will offer less, but if you tell them, "Oh, yeah, I've already got 3 people that offered more," they'll flip it around and be like, "Oh, okay, how much do you need?" I want it. That's when you kinda see the power of kind of like, competing offers and things like that. And so that's one nice part about the offer up system is that because a lot of these are local, you're gonna meet them, and you can meet them in most cases the same day, and you get cash. Most of these people are gonna bring you cash. I would advise you not to accept a check. And, unless you've got a portable way of making money, maybe you can accept PayPal or Zelle. They could Zelle you right from phone to phone, and you can see the money in your account. But you get paid the same day, and that is a fast way to get money, especially if you've got some decent things that you don't mind parting with. You could do that. One other thing you could do, just throwing this out there, is if you go to Google and you search yard sales near me, you can go find some incredible deals. Bring these products back home, put them on offer up, and sell them for more money. A lot of times people are really just having a yard sale to get rid of stuff because they're either moving or they're cleaning out a house and they just don't want it to sit in the house anymore. You can get some incredible deals, and these people probably don't want to go through the process of doing a individual offer up for each product. So you can go pick out whatever you think is the best, get a really cheap price for it, $5 for this, $20 for that, and then turn around and sell it for like 50 to $100 on offer up. Seen it, done it myself. Couple of these products that you see on here, picked up this dining room table in a set at a yard sale that happened to be in my neighborhood. Got these things. I think I purchased the whole set for like $28, like 28 bucks. And then I ended up turning around selling that one for, I can't remember, it was like 75 bucks. You get pretty decent prices because you've got competing offers in most cases with offer up, and so that might drive the price up a little bit more. Um, and you don't have to have shrewd negotiation skills. You just got to be able to put it out there and make sure that the photograph's clear and you can see what the products are. And so that's the main thing. So yeah, those are three things right off the bat that I would say can bring you super fast cash, as in next day or the day after, and you can be consistent with the Uber and the Lyft. Um, the offer up, it's gonna take a little bit more work to be consistent, but again, this is just something to hold you over some quick cash until you can get some interviews going in your application, and until maybe unemployment does eventually kick in, you've got that extra cash. So, let's see. Next on the list so far, what these are these are make money, fast money makers is what I call them. So I've covered Uber. Uber Eats is just another version of Uber involving food. Um, I've covered Lyft. I've covered OfferUp. So the next thing would be eBay. So eBay is a little bit different because a big portion of eBay, you're going to have a bigger clientele. A lot of people would take advantage of the fact that you can ship these items. So if you've got smaller items and you don't mind getting your payment, it may take a little longer for the product to sell, even though you have a bigger audience. You're competing with a bigger amount of people in the marketplace. There's a ton more people selling stuff, and so you're competing with some of these bigger vendors, people that sell a lot of stuff. And so the one thing about eBay, you probably have to have pretty good photography. You want it to look pretty authentic, or you just have to price it really well, price it well under what the competition is, and then it'll move pretty fast. The one thing that I do like about eBay, and this is why I put it under the fast money makers, is they have an auction section. So you can actually put your product in a short-term auction, and you can get multiple bids competing against it. And the nice thing about the auction is you can set a minimum price level. So you're like, hey, I'm going to auction it started off at like $2, but I won't take less than 25. You could do that, or you could not take less than 10. But or you could start your auction at $10 and leave it with no minimum reserve, which is what it's called, a minimum reserve, and then it could turn around and sell for 14 bucks. And if it's something that you really didn't care about, you just made 14 bucks. It's fast cash. So there is a benefit to eBay. There are certain tools and things that you can use on that site that you won't be able to use maybe on, say, an offer up. But again, it may or may not sell quickly because you're competing with a lot of people. The last thing on the list is the affiliate marketing, and I put two sites there. You've got ClickBank, which you'd simply go to clickbank.com or Amazon Associates, and both of these are affiliate marketing companies. Now, I just want to share with you, I used to do affiliate marketing pretty heavily, and this was like some time ago. We're talking about like 20 years ago. I used to do affiliate marketing. I did really well, but I had a very large advertising budget. The thing with affiliate marketing is there's two ways to make it happen fast. You know, the first thing is you get a product that is well liked and well known, but you're selling it at an exorbitantly low price. And usually, in order to do that, you have to do some research, be able to find it cheap, and then market it and sell it. Well, the ClickBank products, the nice part about them is that those are mostly digital products. A lot of times, all those have to be done is sent by email, and you're not dealing with any kind of shipping costs or anything like that. It's basically you're selling a product that can be sent to the customer by like an email, and in some cases, it could be a text link. And so the nice part is that it's all done for you. They set up everything in terms of the way it's done. You're giving an affiliate link and you use that affiliate link to market your product. So all you get is an affiliate link. You can set it up. When the people click on the affiliate link, they go to the actual product page. And if they like the product, they buy it. It's shipped directly from ClickBank. You don't have to get involved in any of that stuff, and it's not, you just get a an affiliate commission for referring it. So that's nice because again, you're not dealing with physical products, you're not dealing with really too many situations of a return unless you're being unless you're not really being upfront with what the product is. If the people know exactly what it is and they go through the website, there's a strong chance that they're going to hold on to that product. Now, with Amazon, obviously, it's a little bit different. Um, Amazon is going to have a higher scrutiny on making sure that you're a good seller for their products. Why? Because their products can be found in other places like Walmart or um, Target. All these other places are going to have similar products. Amazon makes it easier where you don't have to leave your home and you can have it shipped. So everyone knows that they get Amazon packages. Everyone's probably ordered at least once from Amazon. The nice part is that you can be an affiliate for Amazon and sell it. Now your percentages are going to be much less, and that's where the main comparison between, say, a ClickBank and an Amazon come in. Amazon, you may be looking at anywhere from say 2 to 10% of a affiliate commission on the products. And so you're going to have to sell a lot of these products. The benefit is they're going to be very recognizable products and you can pick and choose which ones you like. For me, I had an Amazon store, and so with an Amazon store, I had a bunch of products and I was promoting the store to get people to buy their Amazon products from that store as opposed to just my affiliate link. And so that's how you can kind of make those smaller 2, 6, 4% commissions start to grow. With ClickBank, their products, you're in some cases getting 75% of the commission and they're keeping 25. In fact, in most cases, you're keeping a higher percentage than the actual seller. And so you can just imagine if you've got a product that's say, 100 $100 and you're getting 75 of that $100 and the company is just keeping 25. You can imagine the amount of money you can make just from doing that. Like I said, I did it for many years. My advertising budget was I saw that I did the math. I was probably spending between $2 to $4,000 a month in advertising. I was making between 15 to $20,000 a month in earnings. It just made sense. I mean, I started off small. I grew. I kept reinvesting, and it was just a huge moneymaker. The challenge is that there's not a lot of tax write-offs when you're dealing with, other than my advertising costs, not a lot of tax write-offs with this. Um, but it's more of a set it and forget it type of thing. You just set it up. Like I said, it's an affiliate link. You just got to make sure people are seeing it. Well, over time, people have become more familiar with these types of products, and so you are competing with a bigger audience. And so you got to really make sure you're creative with your marketing to make sure that you can still make money in this avenue. I still have some things that pay me still. I still get payments from these things I set up 20 years ago. It's crazy to think that it still happens, but it's still happening. And so that's why this is a great moneymaker. You can't pass that up. It could be fast money. What I would recommend, however, is that you set it up prior to you losing your job. That way, all you have to do is flip a switch and the money can start pouring in. And so it's a great opportunity. I do want to offer this to you guys in the event that that interests you, that affiliate marketing side. Um, if you would do me a solid, click the like button and then subscribe. Then what I want you to do is drop a little comment that says I subscribed. What I will then do is I will follow up with your comment and I'll send you a link to my little simple process of how you can do this. This is going to be no charge to you. I'm just going to show you exactly what I did, how I was able to make that money not only 20 years ago, but I just tested it out. It still works. I don't know why. I probably should do more of it. And I probably will do a little bit more, but I just tested it out last year and it's working fine. I'm still making money off of it. It's a simple process. It was really easy to set up and I'd love to send it to you. So go ahead and put I subscribed after you subscribe, of course, and then I will send you my little moneymaker, you know, for affiliate marketing program. So also you'd be helping me out because of course that helps the YouTube algorithm. So of course I would love to get your subscription. That way I can send you some more cool videos as they come out. I don't have a lot out right now, but it's going to be growing. I'm going to be making new videos every week. And so be on the lookout for that. If there's something that you really want to do, um, feel free to reach out in the comments. I'll be happy to respond and see if I can get you some answers because it's a great opportunity right now. The internet is wide open. There's so many things that you can look into, but having some direction, knowing exactly what to do, and knowing what steps to take, it makes it so much easier because there's like information overload right now. So in any case, that was 5 ways for you to make money if you've lost your job, and it's to make money fast. And so, again, this is Troy Griffin Chronicles podcast. Your host, Troy Griffin. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate your time. I look forward to bringing you another video soon. Take care.